Hello everybody, it's your boy Noah, aka Mac-Up Football, and today I'm back with another video. Now I'm sorry for going away for the last couple of days. It's just I've been back to school and I'm trying to get a bit of a head start with all the grades and stuff. But anyway, we're back and it is with another banger, and of course we're with the special guest every time. It's my dad, of course.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, there were some good games.
Yeah, there was good games, but the boring international games are gone.
Yeah, finally. We all hate that time where it's like the 2 weeks. So this is the series where we predict every single Premier League game week, the scores, who's going to star in the match, everything, and there are some good games, so we are looking forward to this one. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. First off, we have Crystal Palace playing at home against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, Crystal Palace, they've been getting better and better at scoring goals. At the start of the season, it looked like they could just never get a goal out of them, and they're going to be goalless for the season. But, they've had a great game against West Ham, obviously drawing it 2-2. But then again, Spurs have not conceded a goal, so it will definitely be hard to break through that great defence.
I have to apologise to Crystal Palace fans. I said they'd be kicked off the park, and they definitely weren't. They had a really good game last time against West Ham. Yeah. So this is going to be difficult to pick, and in fact, I'm even going to pick a Crystal Palace win. I don't think Spurs are good enough. They can't score.
What?
2-1 win to Palace.
Spurs can't score even though they can score.
3-1 nils in a row against mediocre opposition, other than Man City, of course. But other than that,
if you get this right, you're going to look like an absolute
champ.
Einstein, mate. You're going to look like Albert Einstein. But I'm just going for this safe 3-0 to Spurs result. I mean, you can't lie. This Crystal Palace defence, I mean, they've lost a lot of defenders due to them being released, going on loan, end of contract. And I just think, even without Lucas Moura, even without the Brazilian players, Kane will have an absolute masterclass. Now on to Arsenal, playing at home against Norwich, and on paper, Arsenal should be winning this 5-0. Let's be honest. But to be quite honest,
I don't know about that. They're bottom of the table. Remember, Arsenal 20th is playing 19th. You got to go with the team that ahead them on the table, don't you?
I mean, potentially. I genuinely think, I'm just going to say out there, both teams have a chance for me. Arsenal, they really haven't shown what they've got in their arsenal.
Yeah, well, they're cannon, of course.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
And Aubameyang, I think he'll be back on form this week.
Aubameyang, you think he'll be back on form?
I think so.
What, you reckon he'll get a bag?
I don't think he'll get a bag. I think he'll score at least one. Maybe one and an assist, because I'm going for a 2-0 win.
2-0 win to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Look. I think they're able to score against an opposition like this. But as you said, 20th position, Arsenal are acting like a championship team. And Norwich just beat one of the best championship teams, obviously in Bournemouth, 6-0. So why couldn't they do this against an Arsenal? And that's what I'm saying. It's actually going to be a 2-2 draw. Now on to Brentford, playing at home against Brighton, and Brighton are a better team. I think we can both agree that, over the last couple of years, they have cemented their position as a Premier League club. They've been in the Premier League before, but this is probably their best stint in the league ever. But to be honest, I'm going to say it right now, I think Brentford have a higher chance of winning.
Yeah, they do. You sure you don't want to mention Morpay?
Oh.
For the 4th week running. I think you're right with Brentford.
Yeah.
I think they played really well last time out, and they're playing at home. Brighton disappointed me last week, or last round. I was going to say a 1-1.
Yeah.
But I might go for Brentford 2-1.
2-1, okay. I mean, you're changing your prediction, and I could definitely understand this. I mean, this is two teams that know how to get a win, but also they know how to scrap for a draw, and I think they are both in sort of the same level of quality. So I could understand why you said draw, but obviously you went for a Brentford win. And to be honest, both teams had a great start. In my opinion, I think they did. And of course, Tony, he got his first goal 2 weeks ago, and potentially we could see him scoring again. So I'm going to say a 1-0 victory to Brentford. Tony getting the winning goal. Now on to Leicester playing at home against Manchester City, and I've got a bit of a statistic for you. Last season out, Manchester City and Leicester actually played pretty early on in the season. I think it was only the third or fourth game, and Man City were playing at home, Leicester were away. Leicester actually won that game 5-2. I mean, look, they had a better squad then. They're probably playing better way back that season, because I think this season they just really haven't looked the same. But could that be happening? Could the same result, or at least a result like that, happen in a universe like this?
I think Leicester's start to the season has been dreadful, and if the game was played last week with no international break, I would say Man City would be winning that quite comfortably.
Yeah.
But I actually think the Brazil thing might have an effect on Man City.
Yeah.
So I'm going for a 2-2 draw. I think
Fernandinho, Edison, Jesus, they're all out for the next 2 games, and there is no doubt saying that that's going to affect them. Seeing as Aguero's left, Jesus, he's the only striker. I mean, you can play players like Ferran, Torres, you can play players like Bernardo Silva in the sort of this centre-forward role, but no one's really an out-and-out striker other than Jesus in the squad. And although that is one of the reasons why Leicester should be at least getting a point from this game, I just can't see it. As my dad said, they were atrocious before the break, and even though most of their players aren't in the international duty, I still think they are going to get absolutely thumped, and although it's not a big one, I'm just going to say 3-1 to Manchester City. So now on to no doubt our favourite game, and it is Manchester United playing at home, playing at Old Trafford against Newcastle. Now can I just say, this is a game I'm excited about. As he was saying on the cut before, we had to cut it out. He just started singing the Viva Ronaldo chant. We're not gonna put that in the video.
Been banned from doing.
Yeah, I'm banning him, mate, for saying that. But yeah, obviously Ronaldo, he is going to be on the subs. I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but it's pretty much.
Well, he will be in the team. I would imagine he might even be starting because he's had pretty much the full week training.
Yeah, I mean, he's went to training. He's looked comfortable. He's had a great time from what we've been told as Manchester United fans. And potentially he will be in the bench for this game, or he will be starting. No Fred, ladies and gentlemen. The Brazilian ban has given us a gift, and it's Fred is not playing. I'm so happy about this. So I'm literally begging, me and my dad are begging for Donny van de Beek to play. So I'm really hoping we could see him play.
I think Solskjaer will go with Matic. I'd love to see him take a risk with Van der Beek in that number 6 role. That's where he played when he was younger. That's his position.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think United will be pumped. Ronaldo there, no Fred to make a mistake for the Newcastle fans. I'm going to go 4-1, which is probably the last 2 games we've played against them ended up 4-1, and Newcastle scoring first.
4-1 and Newcastle scoring first. I mean, that's a result, as you just said, we're familiar for. And Newcastle, I mean, we're lucky that Matty Longstaff, that little kid, ain't playing against us and he ain't playing for Newcastle anymore. But to be honest, I think this is an easy game for us, and I'm expecting United to get a win. I'm sure Newcastle fans are scared for this game, but I've got to give it to Newcastle. They do have a great squad, only naming a couple. Wilson, Dubravka, St. Maximum, and I could definitely see them breaking down our midfield.
Almiron is injured as well.
That is another point to why Manchester United should win. But yeah, I just think they could break down our midfield, but I'm sorry, Newcastle fans. There is no way you are getting past Ferran. 4-0 win. Now on to Southampton playing at home against West Ham, and all I've got to say, Antonio. Look, I'm just going to say right now, I could see him ripping apart this Southampton squad and this Southampton defence now without their best defender, obviously Jan Vestergaard. But I really think Southampton are able to run this game, and if Hasenhüttl, their manager, gives them the right tactics, if he knows what to expect against West Ham, yeah, I could definitely see them being able to run the game. But for me, I just think West Ham are going to show who's boss here, and I think Benrahma, Antonio, they are going to absolutely kill that Southampton defence. I'm saying 3-1. What are you saying?
I'm saying 1-3.
1-3
to West Ham. I mean, I think West Ham, it's an interesting one with Antonio, because if he gets injured,
they might be in trouble.
It doesn't affect this game because he's fit.
Now on to Watford, playing at home against Wolves. Now, can I just say, Wolves are looking very, very deadly. You know, Bruno Lage, their manager, has clearly made the most out of all his players, including Traore. So if Watford aren't awake, they're in big trouble. I do think Watford can get a result. We saw it versus Villa, you know, when they won, 3-2, 3-1, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 3-2. And you really don't expect that from a newly promoted side. And again, they could do it versus Wolves. I could definitely see that happening, and I do rate the Wolves manager, and the attack is looking strong. So I'm saying Traore and Sarr will be the main men. I'm saying a 2-1 win. What are you saying?
I think finally Wolves will hit the net. I think watching them last time out against Man United, they played really well. They had 23 shots on goal against Tottenham the week before. It's got to go in, and I think this is the game. This is the weakest defence they've played.
Yeah.
I think they've got to score this time, and I might think it might be 1-3.
1-3. I mean, can I just say, Wolves, I feel bad for them. I mean, 23 shots on goal against Spurs and didn't score one. And again, oh my God, me and Dad were so nervous watching them play Manchester United. We're lucky that Ferran and Wan-Bissaka were in the squad. Otherwise, they would have easily got maybe 2 or 3 goals against us. Now on to Chelsea, playing at home against Aston Villa. And I could... well, let's just be honest. I could see Chelsea absolutely stomping on Villa. You know, both teams are filled with quality. And actually, Aston Villa sort of reminds me of the Chelsea mid-table version. You know, Chelsea have Lukaku, Mount, Havertz and Pulisic, whereas Aston Villa, they have Ings, Buendia, McGuinn and Bailey. So in each position, it's sort of the same for them. You know, they both have great players, and I'm sure it's going to be a hell of the game.
I think, it is going to be an excellent game. I think Chelsea will win this 3-2.
3-2.
But don't be surprised if Villa take points from here. I think they always match up well against Chelsea, and they have done fairly well in the past. So don't be surprised.
Look, at the end of the day, their wingers, if they're smart, are more than capable of breaking down the James and then their left back Chilwell. So it's all about whether they will be able to do that. I think they're able to score against a team, but what Villa fans should really be looking at or being scared for is how many goals Chelsea are going to score, seeing as they play 2 attacking midfielders, 2 wingers and a striker. 4-2. Leeds versus Liverpool. Obviously, Leeds are playing at home, and Liverpool have proven a lot of, you know, football fans wrong. You know, I've seen so many people saying, yeah, they're going to come 4th, yeah, they're going to come 5th, yeah, they're going to come 6th. And I'm one of those people, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, they have proved me wrong. You know, looking at them in the start of the table, although they're not playing, let's say, title contenders, they've still shown that they're up there. They're up there with the Manchester United. They're up there with the Man City. And also, Virgil van Dijk, he's proven that he may be back to his best form. So I'm sure they will be able to play pretty good. And Leeds, they've had a bit of a comeback since losing, obviously, 5-1, and yeah, they've got a new signing in Dan James, and let's just be honest, this is a match made in heaven. I mean, what team would Dan James be more suitable at than Leeds? I really can't think of one.
Maybe Liverpool James could fit in, because they have fast wingers. I mean, Salah and Mane run the same sort of style. I think Liverpool's another team that with Fabinho and Alisson out because of the Brazil ban. But I think the way Leeds play opens Liverpool up to this scoring opportunity. So I'm going to go a 2-3 to Liverpool.
But I'm just going to say an easy 1-0 Liverpool win. So now on to our last game of the video, and it is Everton versus Burnley. And I just think this is going to be an absolute cracker. Also, sorry for the lighting, sorry about the audio. Last minute change, we had to record the last bit in here. But yeah, so I've got a bit of news. I don't think Richarlison is actually getting banned by obviously FIFA, because obviously they're giving the 2 games ban for all the Brazilian players. Because apparently they have a really good relationship with Everton, so that should be good. Because I'm not sure if Calvert-Lewin would be able to win the game for Everton just by him scoring. So it's nice to see that they have Richarlison by their side. But Burnley, they're a hard team to break down, aren't they?
I mean, they've been playing really well.
Yeah.
I mean, they've played well away. They've lost, but the games, they just can't score enough goals.
Definitely.
And Everton home game.
Yeah.
So I think Everton 2-1.
2-1.
But don't be surprised if Burnley takes some points from this one.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that Everton, they have way too much quality. But then again, Sean Dyche's men, they're known for scraping wins. And as my dad said, I wouldn't be surprised if they would be able to get points. But for me, I'm just going to say an easy 1-0 win, Calvert-Lewin penalty, something like that.